Hello there, and welcome to the Out Time Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz like there's no tomorrow. My name is Tom, and as always, I am joined with my apple-eating companion, John.
Hey! I just thought I was eating apple because, being healthy is good.
Being healthy is good, I agree. Now, we were going to talk about Cyberpunk this week, and we still will cover it on the weekly viewing segment, but I don't know if you guys know, but the Disney Investor Day a couple days ago, a lot of stuff went down. So we're going to be talking about...
It was, unexpected, wasn't it?
Definitely. So we're going to be talking about everything that went down with that, and obviously the news. And I'm going to put time codes for everything we talk about. So every piece of content you can skip to whatever you want. And yeah, there's so much. Without further ado, let's get into some of the news before this whole Disney thing started. John, are you familiar with the Kingsman films?
Oh, of course I do.
Of course. Well, according to the Marv Group CEO, Marv being the studio that makes Kingsman, Matthew Vaughn is going to make 7 more films after the Kingsman, which will make the Kingsman franchise have 10 films in it overall. What do you think?
7.
7 more, yeah.
That's insane.
That is insane. It's mental.
Well, if 7 films, like the Fast and Furious films, there's a lot of them, but Kingsman films, sure. More characters, maybe? I don't know, but...
Yeah, this could be this could be anything from spin-offs, maybe more prequels, sequels, spin-offs. There's loads of opportunities here.
Yeah.
But it really seems like this is Matthew Vaughn reining in his options. He could do so much, but he chooses just to do more Kingsman.
Yeah.
That was a meaty bite of the apple there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just needing fun.
Okay, so we had, interestingly enough, we didn't actually get any Spider-Man news from the Disney Investor Day, but there has been the rumours, or should I say, casting news from Spider-Man 3 that, and let me just point out, I said that I would like to see this back in episode... Oh, I don't know. We went in the episode where we talked about... We talked about...
No, where we did the superheroes we want to be coming back for supervillains.
Yeah, I can't remember what episode. Let's have a look.
Yeah, you said it.
11... podcast number 11. So that was 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago. And I said that I would like to see Alfred Molina return as Dr. Octopus. And now it seems like he is coming back. Along with... Daredevil, not 1 week since the whole Save Daredevil campaign was a thing. It seems like Daredevil will be in Spider-Man 3, and I just want to say this is going to be such a cluttered film.
Mm-hmm. I agree, because sorry, I'm eating an apple. So it is going to be a very jam-packed film, but everything all together at once, like Daredevil, Spider-Man, the Spider-Man, and then everything else. What the heck? It's going to be everything all over the place. It's not going to be out. It's not going to be in control. It's going to be this, that, what?
Yeah, I know. It seems like it's going to be extremely cluttered, so many things going on at once, and it would be cool to see all these characters back, but I'm not sure in the same film is the place where they're all doing justice. And there are also rumours that all these are just going to be cameos. That would be so much more underwhelming for so many people.
Yeah, we love those characters, but then they're just going to be cameos. But then yeah, I'm just hoping that it's not going to be everything's going to be in it, like Benedict Cumberbatch, all those rumored Spider-Man going to be in it, and then everything all together. I feel what we all been saying, everything is being rushed, It's all being rushed.
Yeah, which is this is 2021, so that would have been 4 years since the first Spider and since Homecoming, and the first and 5 years since Civil War, and yet it doesn't feel like we've really had Tom Holland stand on his own in a proper way, like in a film that doesn't really tie into any MCU things at all, like. And I feel like we need that. We just need a story of him in New York, just doing his thing,
Yeah.
having fun.
And also, what we said about like all the Spider-Men going to be in together, it's going to be a bit complicated because all of them are going to go in it's like their own unique way of like being Spider-Man for them, interacting with. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know
what
what you mean.
I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm swinging here, should we say?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
We have like all the different Spider-Men have had like different directorial styles, and and John Watts has a very different style to Sam Raimi and Mark Webb. We'll be talking more about him later. We also got our first look at Superman, his new suit in the upcoming TV show Superman and Lois. What do you think of this suit?
I thought it looks good. I mean, not the best Superman suit, but it looks pretty cool.
No, yeah, I think the best Superman suit is probably the Crisis on the Kingdom Come one from Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, yeah.
That was very cool. But this one isn't quite as good. But it does have a nice feel to it. It kind of reminds me of the Man of Steel. This the Henry Cavill suit. That it does look quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I have. I mean this show. Yeah, go on.
I don't think. Wait, where can you watch it? Oh, it's on CW, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on CW.
Mm.
Yeah, we might not have a chance to watch it anyway.
Okay, so yeah, what do you I'm pretty maybe excited for this, but I mean, I haven't watched the other Flash seasons.
No, yeah. Well, have you seen? I mean, I know you haven't seen Supergirl, but obviously Tyler Hoechlin is in Supergirl as this version of Superman, and he does do a pretty good job. He's not really in it that much, but whenever he is in it, I'm always like, it's always some of the best episodes. So, I think it's warranted that we get to see more of him and Elizabeth Tulloch as Lois Lane.
Yeah.
And this is going to be based off the Rebirth run, so they have 2 children. In the Rebirth run, they only have 1, but in this, they have 2 teenage kids, sons. Right. I think one has Superman powers and the other one doesn't.
That's
yeah, and so like it's not like an origin story or anything. It's a very established Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I might watch it. Yeah.
Pretty exciting. And another bit of TV news is that Netflix is seeming to have be making a 3D Sonic the Hedgehog show. So obviously earlier this year, if you can believe it was this year, we did get a Sonic the Hedgehog film, which is slated to have a sequel. And now I guess Netflix is going to make a TV show as well, which doesn't seem like it will be connected. It could be connected to the film, but it doesn't seem like it will be.
Me and Tom went to see Sonic the Hedgehog this year.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. It was a film experience, wasn't it?
It was an experience. It was like, it's so, like, obviously we had like that trailer like a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
And so like this film seemed to be doomed from the start. Like nothing really got me really excited, but I thought it was pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, like there was Fast and Furious references, and then
there were yes,
Jim Carrey funny moments, and then yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm excited for a sequel, or even a spin-off show.
It's not spoiler alert. It's not Tails.
Yes, Tails. That was really exciting at the end, and he was. I think Tails is voiced by the same person who voices him in the games as well.
Ah.
Yes, that's really cool.
Hmm.
So we also, this is something I found out today about Thor: Love and Thunder. Not only has it and a lot of other Marvel films been pushed back to a later release date. So it's now releasing in May 2022, not February. So it's been given a couple more months. And Lady Sif is coming back. So if you remember, Lady Sif was in the first 2 Thor films. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by Jamie Alexander, and she wasn't in Ragnarok because of scheduling conflicts. So, but now she's back in it. What do you think?
Lady says she was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then connecting with other films, and I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, I'm just excited to. I'm not excited. I'm pretty good to hear that she's coming back to Love and Thunder. Taking back characters in where they were and what happened to them.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot of that this week with what we're going to talk about. It's quite a lot of returning characters that I would not have thought to see, but I hope that I got an email. I hope that we get it's Amazon. I've got a package delivered today.
Oh,
it's your Christmas present.
Is it?
Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, I hope that she's done better in this film than she was in The Dark World, because in The Dark World I thought that she was very much just like Thor's love interest, like another kind of love triangle thing, which kind of felt a bit boring.
Oh, yeah, but, sometimes Marvel's subplot is a bit... That romance subplot is just...
Yeah, I agree. They're always quite boring.
I mean, there's nothing really, flip the table or something, you're like, oh, what the heck? That's a crazy love interest.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's rare that things really get interesting. I think the only time that the best kind of love story in the MCU for me is Cap and Peggy.
Oh,
maybe Quill and Gamora. I think they also have a good relationship, but
yeah, I think. Well, I think Cap and Peggy and Gamora and Star. Well, they have a great relationship. Those I really like, but the other ones.
I agree that they really don't.
Trash.
Yeah, sometimes they feel like they don't know what they're gonna do with various relationships in the MCU, like Tony and Pepper, they really have a real rocky relationship, which works sometimes, and I feel doesn't work other times. It's still crazy that her whole character is that she hates Tony's suits. She doesn't agree with them. She doesn't like what he's doing. And then at the end of Endgame, she has her own suit. What the fuck? That doesn't make
That is so hypocritical.
That doesn't make any sense.
Is it so? Oh, okay, I've understood then.
I mean, that's basically it.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know that you'd memorized the Endgame script.
Yeah, Endgame. You know what's a better Endgame?
What?
A Batman Endgame.
That's true. It's a great graphic novel.
Yes.
It's a good one.
It might be my top 3. I don't know, but we could talk about comics, but no. Yes, so Marvel has a lot of problems with romantic subplots, but in Spider-Man 3, there's going to be lots of romantic subplots. There's going to be different Meg.
Yeah, that's true. There's going to be a lot of stuff going down. So I am excited to see how they develop certain things. If Maguire and Garfield are actual characters and not just cameos, I wonder if they will develop their relationships with them and Mary Jane's or Gwen Stacy's. So there is potential. I can't deny there is potential.
Yeah.
Okay, so our final piece of news. So next year's Raya and the Last Dragon, which we got a trailer for a couple of weeks ago, which is a Disney film.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yes, that is coming out in March next year, and Disney have decided, similarly with Mulan. I don't know why they're doing this again, but I guess they are. They are releasing it.
They're doing the pay-per-view.
Yes, they're going to release it at the cinemas and on Disney Plus on the same day, and are going to be charging $30 or £20 over here for
£20.
Yes. So you can see it at the cinema, but they will also charge you if you want to watch it at home. So
going to cinemas is cheaper. Listen,
definitely.
Cinemas our cheapest to go like. You can go and see like incredible films for a good price.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Not bloody $30, £20. Ridiculous.
Just ridiculous. There.
Speaking of cinemas, Wonder Woman is out on Wednesday.
Oh, I did not realise.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to watch that for the pod next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me and my dad think we're gonna travel to find a cinema, and then
have to.
Like that's all. Like unless they change lockdown restrictions here in Manchester, that's all we can do is travel somewhere safely, of course.
So, we will discuss that, but not on the pod. We're going to Mars, and we're gonna execute and watch Wonder Woman.
We're going to Mars Cineworld.
Mars Cineworld.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite place. Oh God. Oh, I can't breathe in space. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Lightyear.
If you're excited for Wonder Woman 1984, is it 1984?
It is 1984.
Right, because I was not going to mix up with the book. I was like,
no, actually, I put that on my story when the trailer came out, and I put it on my story, and it was the image of 1984, and I was like, this trailer was so good, and then someone said, oh my god, they're making a film of 1984, and I was like, no, it's Wonder Woman, and they were like, oh, I'm very disappointed now.
Oh, imagine that, like you're watching the film, like, wait, where's Winston? That's not Winston.
You know what? I think they
That's a woman.
I think they did make a 1984 film.
They did. In 1984.
Yeah. Wow. What a twist. They made it.
What a twist.
Oh, it's got John Hurt in it. Cool.
Yeah, John Hurt.
Nice. I haven't seen it. I should probably watch it.
Yeah, John Hurt's a legend.
John Hurt is a legend. Oh, what did I recently watch with him in? I felt like I watched something with him in recently.
Did
I?
Well, at lockdown, I watched him in Alien.
Alien is great. Yeah.
He looked so young.
Oh yeah, I watched Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah.
And he's in that. Yeah, he's good in that. Well, I mean, like that film is a very mixed bag, but he's good in it. So.
And other things. Well, fun fact. My parents, a long time ago, they were walking in Ireland, and then John Hurt was walking past them.
Wow.
And a crowd of people were following him.
Wow. Our film teacher, she met Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. What a world. I met Warwick Davis once.
Yeah, she just goes, all right, just stay. I don't know how to do Morgan Freeman's voice. It's just so deep. And
that was beautiful. I wouldn't worry about it.
You know, if you see it, the comparison throughout the years, you never age. What the heck?
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you look in throughout the years, he kind of ages, but you know what I mean? Like, he stays the same.
I mean, Morgan Freeman is God, so he's been the same age for decades,
I mean, he's
centuries.
got the voice and everything.
He does, yes. He was perfectly cast in, what was it called? Bruce Almighty.
Yes! Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty.
Yes, good films. I watched them.
Wait, is that like a connected?
Yeah. Evan.
Of course it is. Oh,
Evan is in Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Right, let's talk some Mandalorian. So this week, full spoilers for everybody who hasn't watched it.
It is. If you have, I have watched it, of course.
Well, of course you have.
Shush. So, if you haven't seen it, just get out, watch it on Disney Plus. If you haven't got Disney Plus, then just
cry.
Don't do anything. Just don't listen to this.
Just cry. Skip it. We got stuff we're going to talk about afterwards. So yeah, chapter 15, The Believer. This is our penultimate episode for the season, and I thought this was so good.
Yeah.
This might be one of my favourite of the whole show.
Like every week, it's just getting so much better.
I agree.
There's so much right. So at the start, we see the returning character. The actor Bill Burr.
Yes.
He plays
Mayfeld.
Mayfield.
Yes.
Yeah, Mayfield. Who works at like a robot cleaning something? I don't know.
Well, he's imprisoned. So
he is in prison,
the New Republic are using their prisoners to scrap old Imperial ships. So I think you see a TIE fighter. You see like an AT-ST head. So yeah, that was cool. And then Cara Dune releases him. As we saw at the end of last episode, and then he goes to Slave One, and meets
and then,
with Din.
you know, like when Mando and just Boba Fett just walks out, it's just a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, well, I want to say I love Boba Fett's new paint job. Like, like he looks so cool. Like with his like new layer of paint and like the green like is properly like really smooth. Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
Do you think like in between episodes he just like was in his Slave One just painting his suit and they were like, Boba, we gotta get Grogu, and he's like, oh, I gotta paint my suit first. I gotta paint my suit.
Suit. I haven't seen this thing for years. It's a thing of beauty. Boba, what are you doing?
Boba, Grogu could be dead. No, I gotta paint my suit. I just gotta paint it.
I gotta paint the suit where.
He's using a really tiny brush. He's just like gotta do the fine details.
Well, what do you call the cool thing about like the Slave One, was it Slave Two?
Slave One, Slave One, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Slave One, the cool thing about it, like the interior of the inside the ship, it's just like it changes like.
Yeah. Well, Slave One. This is the first like proper look we have had inside Slave One, and it's really cool because like obviously the ship rotates when it flies. And you can see from the inside the walls moving, like the wings, and I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing to think about because we haven't seen those like in early episodes, have we? Or not? No, we haven't. No. And then we get to see something inside the ship that everybody loves, and it's a pretty cool ship, and we get to see something that works really well. So
yes, so they go to the planet Morak, and they go and they because to find Moff Gideon's cruiser, Mayfield has to access Imperial. What's it called? An Imperial. A data slot, I guess.
Yes. So this was a very different thing for Mando. Din.
Yes, Din. Din John.
So we see him changed into a stormtrooper. No,
it was some sort of Imperial pilot thing.
Yeah, so it's sort of Imperial driving. And then the weird thing that you can still see his emotions without you can tell he's like annoyed.
Well, what I really liked was how Mayfield really challenges him. Like he says like, oh, so first of all you can't take off your helmet, but now it's just that you have to put on any helmet. Like we're all the same. Why are you like this? It doesn't really matter what your belief is. And I thought that was a really, really cool thing for Mayfield to do. Like what's really good.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought like they didn't like rely on like any like cameos from like any other like wider Star Wars characters, but they just had Mayfield.
Just think about it.
Challenge him.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then there's this whole sequence where these pirates try to take the explosives that they are carrying on this freighter. Rhydonium, that's right. Damn, you know your stuff. They try to take the Rhydonium, and Din has to like go on top of the thing and stop them. This is a really cool sequence. It reminded me of something. Yeah.
It is really cool. Like you see, like it is like a massive difference. Like they're in this Imperial thing, and they're trying to keep it safe, even though they're opposed to the Empire. So
it was really cool. It was really cool seeing something because like a heist kind of thing. It felt similar to Solo.
Yeah, and then Din it's like the stormtrooper armies that he's wearing.
Yeah,
it's not the same as like the one.
No, it's not Beskar. So like you see, he has to like use different devices. Like he has a gun with like 6 shots in it. He has to like use hand-to-hand combat. He can't just let himself get shot because it will actually damage him. And that was really, really interesting to see him be vulnerable in that way.
Yeah,
and
even though he's invulnerable, he has like new ways to like trying to think on a different approach. Like, oh, what can I do? That was that sound effect.
I mean, that is exactly what it sounded like. But yeah, I agree, and it was interesting as well when they drive past a village of natives, and Mayfield again says, you know, to these people, the New Republic and the Empire are all the same, you know, like they're just trespassers. Like it's very similar to Tusken Raiders on Tatooine, you know, to them,
you
know, like the regular people are trespassers to their land.
Yeah. You okay?
Sorry, my phone fell off.
Oh,
The recording device is dead.
Camera just focused on the phone, just like.
It's like Gladiator. The phone goes through the fields.
And then everyone's just like in the cinema, just crying, like, no, the phone, not the phone.
So then, like, you see, like, it's really interesting when they go to, so, like, a lot of Imperial Stormtroopers come to, like, help them finish off the last of the pirates, and it's interesting because, like, when they go into the Imperial Refinery, all the Stormtroopers are applauding them. They're clapping.
The one thing that really made me laugh was, like, no, before they just go in, there was, like, one Stormtrooper. Everything just they were just like saluting, but one of them was like in an orange one, and then there was like fist in the air, like yeah.
It looked like a video game where like there are like people like clapping. That's what it reminded me of.
But and then when they was just like in the bay. Everyone was just like enthusiastically. There was like, yeah, well done.
Yeah, I think it's also important to note that
it just made me laugh because it just actually shows like the true sadness of like the Empire. Like, It's important to note as well that Cara Dune and Fennec Shand are like snipers at this point and like waiting for them to get the data. Yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah, and everyone's quite distrusting of Mayfield, which is why someone has to go with him to get it. There is a question of his loyalty in this episode. Like everyone, like it kind of it poses you to think that he is on their side, on the Empire's side still, but he, he even though he says that he's not. They go into the thing and they get like really like applauded and everyone's like patting their backs and being like, "Yay,
well
you
done,
did it! Whoa!
You done it!
Yeah,
Great job.
that was great."
What was he carrying? Oh yeah, we're doing him. Yeah.
Oh, we love Rhydonium. It's our favorite. And yeah.
And then we see the device that they need for Moff Gideon's ship, the coordinates are.
Yeah,
so,
they find it, but Mayfield
spots someone who served. No, he sees someone that he used to serve.
Yes.
Under. Yes.
And he was worried that he might spot him, so Din had to do it himself. However, you need to show your face to do it. So
this was
awesome.
This was a pretty cool scene, to be honest. Like how Mando just. Dan. So then he goes to the device. He tries to scan him with his helmet. Stinky. But then, and then he takes his helmet off, which we have never seen throughout these episodes and last season. Like he's never shown his face to a human face before.
No, this is the first time that any human would have seen him in years. And then the Imperial comes up to him and starts talking to him, and he doesn't know what to say, and he's very, very uncomfortable.
Yes, he is very uncomfortable.
And this is probably like a challenging moment for him. And Mayfield, helps him, says that he's like deaf. And then like they have to sit down and toast with the guy. To Operation Cinder. Now, Operation...
thank you for something for the Rhydonium. Yes.
Yeah, so they decide to toast to Operation Cinder. Now, Operation Cinder is Palpatine's contingency plan, where he would use giant lasers to desecrate loads of planets, And this is how like loads of people like realized loads of Imperials realized that they were serving the wrong cause and they left. So this is seen in like the book Alphabet Squadron. It's in Battlefront 2, and now it's in The Mandalorian. What's mentioned in The Mandalorian, and you find out that Mayfeld actually served under it, and when the Imperial officer, who by the way. Was really cool. He's in Batman Begins, and he was really, really cool.
Oh yeah, remind me.
Yeah, he played Joe Chill, who killed Batman's parents in Batman Begins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah. So yeah, and he was saying how like he did what he had to, and Mayfeld, you can tell that Mayfeld is like being like tortured,
Yeah.
Like he hates the fact.
Yeah, the Empire. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's great. And then maybe I'll just like, all right, I'm about to head out and just shoot.
Yeah, they end up shooting everyone, and they have to escape with help of Kara and Fennec.
Yeah, and that's really awesome bit when Mayfield was like, no one's seen your face.
Yeah, exactly, and he gives him his helmet back. And then they manage to escape on Slave One. But what was really cool is that Mayfeld shot some Rhydonium to make the facility explode, and he said, like, we've all got to sleep at night. Like, they made Mayfeld's character so much, like, more interesting,
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
And then he got, free. He was free.
Yeah, but I just want to, I just want to note, when they were escaping, they're chased by 2 TIE fighters, and Boba Fett uses the seismic charge from Episode 2 to destroy the TIE fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
The things that go BOOM. That's accurate. It's exactly what they sound like.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah. It's just Owen Wilson going, wow.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
That was really cool to see that back. Yeah.
I agree. So yeah, as you just said, they managed to free. They decide to free Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then
I was about to say Mando. We need to stop saying Mando.
Din
makes a speech to Moff Gideon, like,
yes,
and I'm going after you.
Yeah, and he says the same thing that Moff Gideon says to him in Chapter 7 or Chapter 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. It's like, that child means more to me than you will ever know, and it's like, I will come for him. That was so cool.
Oh.
And it's interesting that Din doesn't see Grogu as his mission anymore. He's right
there.
I dropped my lightsaber. I'm not gonna lie to you, John. I dropped my lightsaber.
Why did you drop your? Why do you have a lightsaber in place?
Because I can't keep my hand still when recording the pod. But Din doesn't just see Grogu as his mission anymore. He just sees Grogu as his son, like, and he actually cares for him, which is really, really.
My son, come back.
Yeah, that's good character development for you. That's bloody good character development.
Yeah, and then let's think about the episode. So the episode ends there, and so I thought the episode was really, really, really good. Really good this week. Like, we saw more character development with Mayfield. Like, how do we know we can trust him? Because, like, in last season he was like part of the crew that tried to make one of the one of the characters' brother, sister, brother needs to escape from the Republican ship, but then is it a Republican ship?
Yeah, it's a New Republic ship.
Right. So then, that's the interesting. He betrayed Din. So then, we kind of had that like sense of betrayal, maybe. But then,
interestingly,
that was completely surprising because he was going to a Imperial, Empire, Imperial place, I need to stop mixing up this, but Imperial place, and like it's his roots, like back into the like he was served in this place.
Exactly. Yeah, it's interesting.
That might turn him like betrayal, like I must be in it, but then he just destroys the whole place.
Yeah, it's like interesting because like two of the most like standalone episodes from last season, the Gunslinger and the Gang. Like the Gunslinger has come back with Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. Like they make it so much more important, and then the Gang has come back with Mayfield. And then earlier in the season, when the X-wing pilots say that he is that he's free to go because he helped apprehend the criminals and tried to stop them from killing the New Republic Guard. So like the Mandalorian really, like a lot of people say like, oh, it's filler, there's filler episodes, but it's like, it keeps on proving that none of the episodes are filler. Like they're all there for a very specific reason.
Yes, yeah. And also like we saw like different like character interactions with others, like when Mayfield was met Boba Fett, like, oh, you can't remind me the other one.
Yeah, I thought you were someone else. Thank God he's not. Oh no! Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I like that. And then and the cool thing that I really like that Din and Boba Fett just working together. This bit is just so cool. Like they're working together because they're both Mandalorian. It's just so cool, man.
Yeah, it really was good, and it's good that we don't have to wait. Like I was fully expecting to have to wait until season 3 to see Boba Fett, but no, we get to see him like loads now, which is great. Like he's got like some really good stuff, and Tamara Morrison is a great actor as well.
Yes.
So it's good to see him again.
Yes, driving that slave one. Am I right?
Driving that slave one.
And then the music. I think the music is great in this as well.
The music, the music is always great. Yeah, it almost goes without saying. Once again, it was incredible.
Once again. Yes.
Once again. Right. Let's. This is gonna. I don't know how long this is gonna last for, but let's talk.
This is gonna be a very long episode.
Yeah, let's talk about the Disney.
That's something to eat. Something to consume.
Get yourself some popcorn.
Or drink something.
Go to the concession stand. It's £100 for a bag of popcorn. Totally not expensive at all.
Or just grab a Diet Coke from your fridge.
We love a Diet Coke on this show.
Just put it in your belly and then my thirst is.
Put the whole can in your belly, and then you might have to go to hospital.
If you're ready to consume everything inside your head, that's it. I don't know what's going to happen, but terms and conditions apply. But
yes, they do.
Yes, let's go into this.
Let's talk. Okay, so the Disney Investor Day.
The investing day when Disney can make a lot of money.
Oh, they're going to make so much money from all this.
Upcoming, it's Star Wars. I mean, what the heck? But this is great. I mean,
so what's...
They're doing the right thing. I think they're just trying to, sorry about the Rise of Skywalker. But here's something that we can do.
Yeah, I agree. So what we're going to do is I will tell you... I'll go through them all, and then we'll discuss each one as it happens. Disney Investor Day happened on Thursday, and we are going to be talking about the Star Wars news, the Marvel news, the Pixar news, the Disney news. Not everything, but the stuff that is like the most important to us. Let's get straight into it with... we're going to be getting an Alien TV show, John.
Yes.
Now, this show
is this related to Disney?
Yes, so Disney have now bought 20th Century Fox, which is now 20th Century Studios.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making an Alien TV show, which is going to be set on Earth and is going to be headed by Noah Hawley, who worked on Fargo and Legion. Legion, of course, being the X-Men spin-off. Now, what...
I've heard about Fargo. They said it's a really, really, really good TV show.
Yes.
But, wait, how do we know this is not going to be on Disney Plus? Because if this is on Disney Plus, this is going to traumatize a lot of people.
Well, it's interesting about that. I'll talk about that in a bit, but they haven't had any news about whether we're going to see the final one in Ridley Scott's trilogy. Obviously, he made Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and he wanted to make a third one, which would take the timeline directly to where Alien picks up. So yeah, this isn't exactly how I expect it to happen. But I wonder when this will be set. I wonder if it will be set in the Alien timeline. There's been a lot of people who think that they might undo the events of Alien 3 and just take it from Aliens. Have you only seen Alien? Have you seen the other Alien films?
I've only seen one, and that is the start of it. I've been trying to get the other ones, but I don't know. But I really want to watch. The only films that I really want to watch is Prometheus, and Alien Covenant.
I would say those are the only ones you need to watch. But this Alien TV show might also be one to watch. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, you were saying that this is going to traumatize people, but Disney are adding an incredible thing to Disney Plus.
What did you?
So on the 23rd of February next year, they're going to be adding Disney Plus Star, which is going to add all the R-rated stuff. This is Die Hard. This is Deadpool. This is Logan. This is Alien. This is all.
What?
So you know how at the top of Disney Plus it has Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic.
Yeah.
What? Then there's going to be Star, which is going to have all the R-rated stuff. The bloody Shape of Water is on there. This is going to...
Wait, the Shape of Water?
Yeah.
What? No, what?
Yeah, it's going to be all fish sex, John. Just major fish sex.
Fish sex. No.
Yeah, so this is...
I'm sorry, before we get to that, why is there a film called Shape of Water, and why does it have, like, fish sex? That's very confusing.
Because, John, Guillermo del Toro just loves fish sex.
He does.
There's nothing else I can say to...
The Star. So Disney Plus Star. That's interesting. Is it going to be like password protected?
I don't know. It probably will be only for 18 plus accounts, which means you know.
You and me are lucky.
Yeah. It probably means for anyone who isn't 18.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure. I think you have to be 18 to have the service. So I really don't know. But yeah, this is great. This means that people can, because like 20th Century Fox is a lot of adult films.
There is a lot.
And it would be good, for people to watch them, like stuff like, they have all the X-Men films, but they don't have First Class and they don't have Logan, and it's like those would be great to watch,
Yeah, and that's a really good move, Disney.
I agree.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, and especially since a lot of adults might not get Disney Plus specifically because they think it might be too babyish or something. But this is adding some great films.
And then if this gets a lot of people to watch, like adults, they can watch The Mandalorian, and then that gets like a bigger fan base. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
I just introduced my dad into Mandalorian, and he loves it.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. So I wonder what... Okay, other films that are going to be on Star. Terminator, the Kingsman films. There's going to be loads. However, the only thing that is unfortunate about this is that they are going to be adding... the price is going to go up a little bit.
Sorry?
The price is going to go up a little bit. By $1 or by £1, or whatever your currency is, it'll go up by $1.
Oh, okay, so...
Yeah, not great, but not terrible either.
I mean, that's not too bad, really.
No, I agree.
I mean, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm willing to pay.
But pound, you gotta get them pounds to get them on the diet,
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. I totally know what you're talking about.
Right.
So let's move into some Star Wars news, shall we?
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, okay. I'd like to see if you can keep up your Yoda impression for How many pieces of news you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Star Wars news. Good luck.
This is gonna be hard.
Our first Star Wars show is Rangers of the New Republic. So this is one of 2 shows that are going to be set in the same timeline as The Mandalorian and are going to be... it's unclear whether these are going to be crossover with The Mandalorian or what, but this seems like it's going to flesh out the New Republic. This could be centered around characters like Cara Dune, maybe the X-Wing pilots that we see in The Mandalorian. But yeah, this is all going to be another step in that kind of direction.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you think about a Rangers of the New Republic TV show?
Yeah, you've been telling me a lot about the New Republic. Yeah, I'm pretty interested about it. Like, it's going to be like 300 years before.
No, John. That's the High Republic.
Oh.
The New Republic is the New Republic.
Oh.
What the rebels become. They're in the Mandalorian.
Oh.
Yeah, this is going to be set in the same timeline as the Mandalorian, and is going to be crossing over. There is a show that is set in the High Republic era, but we will talk about that in a bit.
Oh, that's going to be a bit confusing. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. About like having a timeline on the Mandalorian about a new era of like new rebels or new Jedi, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. It does. This could, this could, for all intents and purposes, deal with some stuff of Luke or Leia. I kind of doubt it, because if this is Rangers of the New Republic, I have a feeling it'll be kind of a down-to-earth show, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like,
yeah.
Adding new characters. Adding new characters, that's great, because
Definitely, I agree. And who knows, this could be like so obviously we know that Arrow has its yearly crossover and similar stuff to that. I wonder, are we going to get a crossover between The Mandalorian and the Rangers of the New Republic? Is this going to be a thing where it all builds to the same thing? There are things to think about there, which does actually take me into the next show, which is Ahsoka, which is, again, another show which is set in the same timeline as The Mandalorian, starring Rosario Dawson, same as Rangers of the New Republic. It's going to be headed by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, and the big question on my mind is, are these 3 shows going to culminate in one big thing? Like, is it going to adapt the Heir to the Empire story from Legends, where Grand Admiral Thrawn takes over and tries to bring the Empire back? In Chapter 14, was it 14? No, it was Chapter 13 of The Mandalorian. Ahsoka said, she did say that she was looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn. Will this be, that kind of expansion?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
What do you think about an Ahsoka show?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for an Ahsoka show. We see her throughout Clone Wars and a bit in Rebels.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you told me about that. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. How does she cope on her own as a Jedi, or finding new ways? Meeting with other people, and then she met Din.
She did.
Seeing new things in the Star Wars universe, and maybe returning characters that could reflect her on her journey. Maybe. Yeah,
I agree. There is also the fact that Rebels. There is the question of, will this story continue the story of Rebels, because Rebels ends on a cliffhanger. So there have been rumours that Dave Filoni is going to have another animated show that will continue that Rebels story, but then that does kind of bring the question of, is this going to be an Ahsoka show, or is it going to be something that will wrap up the other story. Like, there's a lot of things to consider here.
Yeah, there is. There was a lot of stuff to unpack. Like, there's going to be a lot of TV shows, and then I'm hoping it's not going to mess up with the timeline.
I don't think it'll mess up the timeline, but it'll definitely make the timeline bigger. So yeah, these two don't have a release date as of yet. The other ones do have, years that they are expecting to be done. But this might fall sometime around season 4 or season 5 of The Mandalorian. But yeah, but I don't know if they are indeed going to cross over with The Mandalorian. Things to think about. Okay, so our next one is Andor. So we have had various news about this for a while now, almost a year since it was first announced. Andor is the Rogue One spin-off, focusing around Diego Luna's character, Cassian Andor, which is going to be released in 2022, and we did get a sizzle reel for this. Did you watch the trailer for this?
For the Andor thing?
Andor, yes.
Andor, yeah, I did. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so...
that trailers that I went through.
So this trailer, it was all about the production of this. It's a big production. They are treating this like a film. They confirmed that it will be 12 episodes, which is 2 more than a season of The Mandalorian, and it's going to be a limited season, as with the other shows. This is going to explore some of the time between Rogue One. As we said last week, Rogue One doesn't really have amazing characters. They're not very well developed. So maybe this show will delve into that more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you hoping to see from this one?
In the Andor thing.
Yeah.
More of the Cara Dune. What's her character about?
Interesting. I didn't see that's because I didn't think that she might I didn't expect her to be in this one. So that's an interesting point. Maybe she will be in this one.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, maybe looking at the character's background. She was an older one. That thing I sent you, about the pilot, the rebel pilot, that the Alliance pilot that says, "Oh, you're from Obi-Wan. Who have you lost?" Everyone. And then the guy who tweeted it says, "Well, the planet was exploded."
Yeah. I know what you mean. That it would be interesting to see how maybe she's a totally different person after before Alderaan was destroyed, and this takes it back to the very early days of the rebellion. Stuff that we have explored in Rogue One and in Rebels. So there is, I am interested to see how that's gonna, kind of all play out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so this is probably the one that everyone was hoping to, see something from. We're talking bloody Kenobi. So it's now got an official release title of just Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought it would just be called Kenobi. But
it's called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, I thought it'd be called Kenobi, but I'm sure calling it Obi-Wan Kenobi will give it better. Traction.
And if Ewan McGregor, is it Ewan McGregor playing this?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course. I'm just checking. If he says hello there at the first episode,
he will. Oh my god, he will.
Yes, if he says that, to a villain or someone else, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10.
Straight away, just an absolute 10 out of 10. No, well, a lot of Star Wars media has been very referential to the prequel memes, so, I would not be surprised if they did more of that. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the perfect show to do that in. So they confirmed that this is going to be set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, which I think is worth noting that this is about the same time as Solo. So I wonder, will Obi-Wan meet up with Maul again? That is certainly a possibility because Maul was in the end of Solo, and we don't know what happened to Maul in between Rebels and Solo. And it also confirmed that Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin in Episode 2 and 3, is going to be returning in the role of Darth Vader.
Yeah,
And
more
not
of
only
these.
that, Kathleen Kennedy described this as the rematch of the century. They're going to go toe-to-toe again. They're going to fight each other, man. Like, that sounds incredible.
I mean, but I hope the, improve, the lightsaber duel, like, in this, Revenge of the Sith. Is it Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, that was a great duel.
Yeah.
That's gonna be difficult to top.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they can do it.
No, if Darth Vader says, like, doing this lightsaber duel, he has the high ground.
Oh my god, yeah, he's like, this time, I have the high ground. That would be great.
I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
Yes, another 10 out of 10. 20 out of 10. Yeah, but I do think if they do that, that, like, I do wonder, why would Obi-Wan leave Tatooine? That's my one question. It better be a good reason. But also, my man, I would love to have John Williams come back to score the duel,
Yeah, that would be great. Like,
that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we also got, this is another one of the trailers that we got. We got a trailer for The Bad Batch, which is coming out in 2021, and it basically, did you watch this trailer?
There was so many trailers. Wait. Oh, so it's like, it's just like the Bad Batch that we saw in, like the first Clone Wars, maybe?
No, this is the Bad Batch who were in Clone Wars Season 7, so you haven't met them yet in your Clone Wars
right.
viewing.
I thought, yeah, that's interesting. I'm just, watching the trailer. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, do we know the story? Oh, is that Fennec?
That is Fennec, yes.
Oh, interesting. So do we know the story yet?
Yeah, so the story is, the official synopsis, let me get it up. Star Wars The Bad Batch. That's not how you spell batch. The Bad Batch. So yeah, in this trailer there's like loads of really cool things. Have you finished watching it?
Yes, I already finished watching it.
Okay, so yeah, so in the trailer there are things like, you see like all the clones hear Palpatine announcing the Empire. You see like the Bad Batch going back to the training course on Kamino, going back to Kamino in general, meeting Grand Moff Tarkin. So really cool. Okay, so here is okay, so the Bad Batch series follows elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introduced in the Clone Wars, as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediately aftermath of the Clone War. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a blah 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 blah. In the Clone Wars era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. So this feels like the natural, like, at least for me, this feels like the natural continuation of the Clone Wars.
Ooh.
So yeah, this sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm currently watching the Clone Wars so far.
Where are you? Are you still at the same point you were last time?
Well, I've been busy like watching the other stuff that I've been watching this week.
Yeah,
because I just want to, push the weekly segment that I've been watching. So
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so I am gonna watch it, more of it today. So
cool.
Don't worry.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, this one.
If you haven't seen Clone Wars or anything, just watch it, please. Watch it.
Yes, it's really cool. It perfectly goes alongside the Mandalorian, and it's something that you can watch over the holiday season. It's great for all the family. young kids, old adults, like Star Wars fans, non-Star Wars fans. It's amazing, and obviously the Bad Batch will continue the story in certain ways. So yeah, watch it. So yeah, another piece of Star Wars news, which has been rumored. It was rumored a while ago, and this was rumored. Will it be? Will it be a solo sequel? Will it be a Lando show? This is, of course, Lando, which now has a name, being Lando. This is going to be headed by Justin Simien, who worked on Dear White People. Now, it's unclear whether it will be Donald Glover or Billy D. Williams, or both, playing Lando in this TV show. Will it adapt some of the Calrissian Chronicles, or will it be a solo two-story? Will we see Han and Chewie and, Kira and Maul back, is another question. So yeah, Lando, what do you want to see from Lando?
You did say Donald Glover's coming back, right?
We don't know.
Oh, right.
They didn't confirm.
I really want to see him back as Lando, because he's great.
I agree, he was awesome as Lando.
Yeah, I want to see, more of him, because he's a pretty cool character. Throughout the Star Wars universe, I'm pretty excited. More of the backstory of the ship, the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, that's true. Maybe we'll see the blue and white Millennium Falcon, Lando's Millennium Falcon that he has. Will it be set before or after Solo? Is another question. We might see his adventures after Solo as well. That's always possible.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm excited for this one. I think Lando is a really cool character. I would have preferred it to be called the Calrissian Chronicles, though. I think that would have been a really funny name. You remember in Solo when he's recording himself, and he's like, the Calrissian Chronicles, Volume 2, continued, and he starts talking about his adventures.
Oh yeah, to his voice thing.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah,
if that was the name of the show.
Story, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is probably one of my most excited projects. Now, this next one, The Acolyte. So we know that Leslie Headland would have been making a Star Wars show for a while. She made Russian Doll, which I hear is great. I probably will watch it before The Acolyte comes out. Now, this one is a High Republic story. So as you thought before, the High Republic is set 200 years before Episode 1, and in January they are starting to release the first books and comics from it, and they're going to build off the books and comics into this TV show, and maybe more. So the description is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into the galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era.
Oh.
So it looks like this is going to be maybe the return of the Sith, or something like that, before Episode 1. It looks to be, it's exactly what it says in the tin. It's 200 years before Episode 1. This is going to be a very different galaxy, I expect.
200 years before, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I said, they're going to, uncover a lot of things like the dark secrets of the Empire. Jedi, the dark powers and everything. So yeah.
Yes, and that is very interesting, and we are literally less than a month before the books come out. So when the books come out, I'm gonna read them. I'll let you borrow them. They are
great.
They are
They
are awesome. Well, I hope they're awesome. They sound to be awesome, and the writers. I have a lot of faith in them, especially Charles Soule, who has done some really, really cool Star Wars stuff in the comics.
Do you recommend any Star Wars books? Because I only have one, and that is the only Star Wars book. Well, the actual you read it all. So it's Star Wars from the point of view.
Yes, as from a certain point of view. There's actually a sequel to that one.
Really?
Called from The Empire Strikes Back from a certain point of view. That's one you should get.
Really?
But what I would recommend for you.
Why didn't I hear about that?
I don't know. But what I'd recommend for you is Thrawn. There's a trilogy called Thrawn, and then Thrawn Alliances and Thrawn Treason. Literally this week, and I'll talk about it on the weekly viewing segment. I just watched. I finished reading the third book in the series. But yeah, and this goes to anyone listening. If you have any questions from The Mandalorian, like who is Thrawn, that's the book to read. Read that book. Watch Rebels. Read the other 2 books. It's great.
Oh, it says that the first. Oh, Thrawn.
Thrawn, yeah.
Which Thrawn one? Because they're saying that there's Thrawn Ascendancy.
No, that's the prequel series. It's just called Thrawn. It's white and it has half of his face on it.
Oh, the only when I was younger, there was a Star Wars collection called Star Wars Jedi Academy.
Yeah, I know them.
I love that as a child.
Yeah, they came off the book called Vader and Son.
Oh, that's a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I used to love those books.
Star Wars Thrawn. Wow. So, by Timothy
Zahn. Timothy Zahn. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good one. I recommend it.
So that is like the first.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Ooh. Right. Right. So.
Christmas list.
So after that, what other books or comics should I? What should I get?
Aftermath. The Aftermath trilogy tell the story of after Episode 6, about the end of the war, leading up to the Battle of Jakku. Yeah, it's great.
The Star Wars: The High Republic, and it's called Light of the Jedi.
That one comes out in January.
Yes, and then there's like comics and books.
Yeah, there's loads to sink your teeth into.
That's a really cool idea. Yeah, I haven't looked back on it, but yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely one to consider. So the next Star Wars project is called Star Wars Visions. This is a series of tales from the galaxy, no specific timeline. They're all different stories, and every episode is from a different major anime company. So these are all anime.
Right, so which one is it then?
What?
I mean, which anime studio?
They're all from different ones.
Oh, wait, all different ones?
Yeah, every episode is a different anime studio. And it's all different stories from throughout the Star Wars universe, and this sounds really cool.
Right.
Sounds like really like stylized and interesting.
Right. So that is going to be really cool because they got different, like different animators and like different ways of like showing the show. So yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And the possibility that we get to jump all around the Star Wars universe is interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll tell stories from the future, from the past, from characters we don't even know before. Like, that's really interesting to see, to have the opportunity to see. The next one is called A Droid Story. And literally, we don't even know anything. We don't know much about this other than the synopsis is that C-3PO and R2-D2 guide a new hero. So whatever that means. Droids.
Ooh,
John, are you on Twitter right now?
Yes.
Did I seriously just get a notification that you liked one of our tweets?
Yeah, I was just like making sure that we don't miss it, like any Star Wars news.
Sure you were. Okay.
No, I actually am. So.
All right.
Yeah. So carry on. What were you saying?
A Droid Story is about C-3PO.
Oh, that reminds me. About like Rise of the Hero. You know what reminds me? A meme a few years ago. Gonk. Gonk story.
Oh my god! Yes, we need a Gonk story. That would be great.
Imagine Disney just like, hey, let's make a TV show like the Gonk Droid.
I actually think everyone would love that. But they way back in the day, like after Episode 6 came out, so this is in the 80s, maybe the 90s. They did have a TV show called Droid Tales, which was about R2 and 3PO.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
So this one's going to be like a new animation style as well. It's going to be teaming up with visual effects and ILM. So this is going to be like some new art styles as well.
Ooh,
So they're probably
yeah.
pushing the boundaries. They did briefly touch upon Taika Waititi's Star Wars project. Said that Taika's a great filmmaker and all that, but not much information. But what we did get information about is the new Star Wars film, right? We're gonna get a new Star Wars film. 22nd of December, 2023. Now, this film is directed by Patty Jenkins, right? And she...
Patty Jenkins.
Right? And Patty Jenkins released a video, right, about it, saying that when she was younger, her dad was a fighter pilot, and some of her best memories were watching him and his squadron fly in the skies, and then he died serving the country, and ever since she's wanted to make the greatest fighter pilot film ever, and now she's going to be making Star Wars Rogue Squadron about an X-Wing X-Wing squadron coming out 2023.
Wow.
So this sounds awesome. They used to, in Legends, there was a series of books called Rogue Squadron, and there were video games and comic books. And I think the idea of having a Star Wars X-Wing film is really cool.
Yeah. Wow, that's really deep.
It really is, yeah. And I think she's going to knock it out. If this is how much it means to her, I bet she'll knock it out of the park.
Yeah. This is going to be a really good film to watch. Even though
I agree.
It's Star Wars, and I have faith in her. She makes really good films.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited for Wonder Woman on Wednesday. Well, I'll probably watch it at the weekend, but yes, I'm excited for that one. So we also so this is that's the final piece of Star Wars news that was, but Lucasfilm also had some other news. So there was some news about Willow, but there was also news about Indiana Jones 5. So they confirmed that this film is going to start filming in spring next year. Is going to be coming out in July 2022. And not only is Harrison Ford still coming back, but James Mangold is again confirmed to direct. James Mangold, of course, the director of...
There's lots of things is he going to direct, or is it going to be a different director, or is he going to direct?
No, it is James Mangold who did the Wolverine, he did Logan, he did Le Mans 66 or Ford v Ferrari in America. So yes.
He has done great stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm super excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
However, I don't think we need another Indiana Jones film. Not really. I don't know where they could go, honestly.
I mean, I hope they're not gonna make it a bit more. I don't know. I don't know where to go really with that.
Yeah, there are some things that I'm a bit concerned about, but hey, I thought Logan was great. Le Mans 66 was great. Have you seen Le Mans 66?
Yeah, of course I have.
That was also great.
Yeah, that was great.
James Mangold.
I did not know he directed that.
No, yeah, he did. So he's done some great films. I wonder what else he's done. Let me have a little IMDb. But yeah, I loved those films. Both of them were in my top 10 films of whatever year they came out. So I think they have a lot of director. Nothing else that I know. Hey, he was the producer on The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we also have some Disney Plus shows. Some Disney Plus shows.
Disney Plus shows.
These ones are very These ones are will be very bittersweet. Some people will love them, some people will hate them. So first of all, we're getting a show called Baymax, which is exactly as it says on the tin. It's about Baymax.
Oh, that's it.
Yes. So this is going to be a continuation of Big Hero 6. Or do you want more Big Hero 6 in your life?
Yeah, I mean, if it continues very well with from one film to the other, no, TV show, sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there is actually already a Big Hero 6 show, which is on Disney Plus, and it wasn't made Disney Plus, but it is on Disney Plus, and it I haven't seen it, but I am fairly interested.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, so yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's good, but yeah, this Baymax show seems to just be, a show about Baymax. They didn't really say much about it.
Baymax. Yeah, about Baymax.
Woo! Everyone's favourite character who we all got very tired of. I tell you, there used to be a toy of Baymax when Big Hero 6 came out, which had like all of his armour, and you could like take off all the armour and like put it on, and I wanted that toy so much. It was so cool. Say again?
Yeah, I really wanted to get a Baymax toy, but then I didn't get it in the end.
Yeah, me neither. I know what you mean. So the next show that they announced for Disney Plus was Zootopia Plus. So this is going to be more Zootopia, for whatever reason.
Wait, Zootopia? Oh, right. Okay.
Why not? I guess.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything you want to see more from Zootopia?
No.
Yeah, no, me neither. I really think that it's a story that is finished, but they could go other places with it. They could decide to do oh look, we're doing John, I'm so sorry, my brain's broken. They could be exploring the different biomes of Zootopia. There's a snow one, a jungle one, a city one, a desert one. That might be it, I can't remember. Oh, I got another email.
What?
I got another. Are you okay? Are you alright? You seem very.
I'm good. And just there's like a lot of Disney shows to to talk about. But
I hate to break it to you, John. We're not even halfway through. Our next series is Tiana, which is a spin-off or like a sequel to Princess and the Frog. Tiana, of course, being the princess from The Princess and the Frog. Have you seen The Princess and the Frog?
Yes, I think so.
I haven't, so tell me about it. Tell me, do you think
it's been a long time since I saw it.
Will you be watching a sequel?
No. Well, it's just okay. So the story is a woman kissing a frog, but then she kissed the frogs, but then she turned into a frog.
Ha, sucker. Yeah.
He tried to kiss a frog. That's bestiality. But,
okay. Well, I have a lot. I have a lot.
No.
I have quite a few friends who have told me that is like really good. So, I do wonder, will it be worth watching?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I haven't seen it, so I might give it a watch. I don't know.
Maybe we'll watch it for the pod. Who knows? I hear only good things about it. Our next one is Moana the Series. So they're doing Moana, and it's a series. I don't know if Dwayne Johnson's coming back as Maui. I don't know if there's going to be songs written by the one, the only. You're welcome. You say that. I know all the words to that song. I'm not kidding. I know all the words.
Let's not get into the song.
Let me give you a sample. Kid, honestly, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I could do, but I will not. Yeah, they do another one of them. Cool. This next one, I don't know if you've heard of it, but I think this sounds really cool. So it's called. Let me check. Okay, Iwájú, I think. This is being co-made by Disney and a Pan-African entertainment company, and is a sci-fi that's coming out in 2022. Have you seen the images for this?
Sorry.
Iwájú.
What?
Iwájú. Iwájú. I think it's an
Iwájú.
Iwájú, John. It's an African name.
Wait. Is it I would you?
I would you.
Oh no! I'm not hearing what I'm
Oh
saying.
my god.
Right.
Okay. Look at the
What
chat.
saying?
Look at the chat. Look, I'll send it you on the chat. I'll send it you on the chat. I'll send you an image. There it is. You're on the Skype chat, John.
Oh right. Okay. Do you want my cookies?
Cookies.
Project. So Disney Plus preps African comic book series. Oh, that's how you say it. Oh, I would you.
I would you.
You know what? I thought you said. I thought you said I would you.
I know what you thought I said. I wasn't saying that.
Oh right. So I would you in partnership with Kugali.
Kugali, yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
I mean, like, just looking at that art, it looks so cool. Like, that looks so very unique.
Wow. Yeah. That's really good detail right there.
I agree. Looks great.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, there's gonna be. So what's the story about? Sorry.
There's no information about the story that I've seen.
So is it just like about African? Is it like about Africa?
It seems like it will be, yeah.
Oh right. That's pretty good.
I think it sounds interesting. Okay, so now we've got a Pixar bit. We're going to go into our Pixar stuff. So Pixar's next film is going to be called Luca, coming out next year, and is very simple. It's celebration of friendship between two people, Luca and his best friend Alberto. Sounds nice, sounds simple. Yeah.
Alberto and
Luca. Yeah, so, I mean, it sounds sweet. The animation looks cool. Not much to say about this one. But you might have something to say about this next one, which is a TV show called Doug Days. Doug Days, right, is...
I'm having flashbacks to Diary Wimpy Kid Dog Days.
Right, that's what I thought. Is actually about Doug from Up.
Sorry?
It's about Doug.
Doug
Yes!
Up.
He's gonna get his own TV show. He's getting his own TV show. Yeah, so this is like a spin-off sequel, I guess, to Up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great in the first Up film.
Yeah, he's funny. I agree.
Yes.
And Pixar also have a show about cars.
Cars? Like cars?
Yeah, just like cars, yes.
Just like cars?
Like cars.
Just any cars?
Like the franchise Cars.
Oh, like Volkswagen. No, cars. Like movie cars.
Yeah, it's gonna be about Lightning McQueen and Mater. They're back for a TV show now.
Mater.
Yes, like Mater.
Mater. Sorry.
I can tell that this is breaking you. We've got a couple more to go. We'll just talk about. We'll do Marvel another week, okay?
No. Wait, Marvel.
We'll do Marvel another week. We can get.
No, it's fine.
We can get a whole. No. We can get a whole episode out of Marvel. So.
Sure, man?
Yeah. I'm positive. In fact, I have a slot. We can do it straight after we talk about WandaVision next year. Anywho, where was I? Yeah. So there's also going to be a Pixar film called Lightyear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Evans.
So Chris Evans will be playing Buzz Lightyear, not in the way that you expect. It's actually going to be about the actual Buzz Lightyear, who the toy is based off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So. Oh right. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So this is like a space film, and yeah.
Spice.
I think this sounds really cool.
I agree. Yeah.
And the visuals they released also gives me... The visuals they released gives me, like, Apollo 13 vibes, First Man vibes, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, like how the space thing for Buzz Lightyear. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that same mentality, like, as a toy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. This might be like, you know, this whole Space Ranger thing. Like, it'd be interesting to see. I wonder if the film will actually explore the toy companies, you know, making an actual Buzz Lightyear figure. Who knows? And our final piece of news, which is that Disney Plus is going to be having a Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated TV show.
Wait, what?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated TV show. So this will be adapting stories from the books. It'll be it'll be like an anthology similar to how the books are structured. And I mean, sure, I think the first 3 Diary of a Wimpy Kid films are incredible.
Yeah.
And some of the...
As it is. Just leave it as it is.
Yeah, they are quintessential, like, you know, kids' films. The 4th one I haven't seen, but I haven't heard anything good about. I just hope, like... Obviously they're making it, so what can you do? But I do hope that they try to bring back the same cast. Or... I hope they use the same...
It will. I don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will either, but I would like them to do that. Or... I think it'd be really cool if they have the same theme song. Like, the theme song for that film is iconic.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the main segment done. We said we were going to talk about Marvel, but we'll do that another week now because I think John's dying.
There's so many TV shows.
There are so many.
I didn't realise there was so many TV shows.
We literally talked about 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 shows. Or 23 subjects. Which is a lot. And we still have quite a few Marvel ones to go. So, what I think we will do is... we will watch... oh god, why am I brain? We'll talk about it after WandaVision Season 1 comes out. Or after the first episode of WandaVision Season 1, so we can, you know, kind of like, you know, talk that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. Right, that was so much to unpack right there.
That was, and now I will let you sit back, and you, my friend, can talk about weekly viewing segment. Tell me about Cyberpunk 2077.
Right. Where should we begin? So, when I got the package, when I pre-ordered it back in December last year.
Yeah.
So, that was a long time ago. So.
Wait, really? It was December last year?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so long ago.
Yeah. So, what I did, I pre-ordered like one of the best like special editions that they got. So on Amazon they have the special thing where you can get the steelbook version of like the case, and the artwork is amazing. So I just got it here, and it is honestly amazing. So weirdly enough, I don't have any problems with the game.
No glitches?
No, well, there's rarely any glitches. But no, just not a lot of glitches, really.
Oh, cool, that's good. Well, I saw on Twitter someone had a glitch where it was that your character's penis is hanging out of the jeans.
Yeah, so
brilliant.
Weirdly, everyone's just like saying, oh, the glitches and everything. But meanwhile, here, I'm just like chilling and just playing the game and just like, no not a lot of glitches, really. Just rarely, just any. And yeah, I'm just happy because sometimes games have glitches, and it's not very like impactful to the game, like huge enough. So where do I begin? So I will be only talking about the prologue. That's only what I'm going to talk about.
All right.
Because the prologue is massive, and I am at the end of the prologue where I meet the character
Uh-huh.
the AI,
Yeah.
and the guy that we all love, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu.
So where do I begin? Right. So the first thing. So you're probably thinking which life path I chose. So
Definitely, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So there's 3 life paths.
Uh-huh.
So there's Nomad, there's Street Kid, and there's Corpo. So I chose Street Kid because I just want to be in the heart of Night City, where the gangs and everything was happening in the city. And wow. Okay. So the graphics is unbelievable. Like, it's really smooth, and the city feels alive. I kid you not. It's like the demo that we had that you watched and I watched in the 40-minute demo.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly like that.
Cool. Good.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. And then the story is great. So what I didn't learn about is that the side quests is that they impact the main story, which is great because not many side quests impact the main story. Like there could be like gangs trying to attack you, or there's like a character who wants something from the main story, and then you can change the dialogue, which is great. And the cool thing is that if someone is speaking a different language, the subtitles they look like they're in Japanese, but then they decipher quickly into English very quickly.
Like in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, something like that. You know, like when Ethan, the translate Russian in his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he did. That's really cool. And the music is also great. It makes you immersive in the world of Cyberpunk, and the world is massive. Like you can go from miles and miles, and it's twice the size of GTA.
Oh wow! No wonder they've been spending 7 years working on it.
So there's a lot of references. So I'm just hoping to find a Blade Runner reference somewhere in the game.
Oh yes, good. That's what we need.
Because if they have that, I'll be really happy because I've got a Blade Runner poster.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So it feels very smooth, and I don't get people why they're having glitches, but I'm doing okay.
Well, I mean, you said it yourself the other day. All major games have glitches,
Yeah,
all
major games, any games,
like Avengers. Yay! Everyone's favorite
Avengers.
game.
Yeah.
I remember in year 11 when I was doing my GCSEs, outside my film exam, one of the peoples who, oh my god, he was like the biggest Marvel shill. Like he just loved Marvel like so much, and it was like, it was becoming quite tiresome because in every film lesson he would like pull a Marvel film. But anyway, he said to me like, "Have you seen the trailer for the Avengers game?" And I was like, "Yeah, it looks terrible." And he was like, "Oh no, that's great. It's going to be amazing." And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's not." And it wasn't, and I'm happy that it wasn't for that sake.
Yeah. So,
I can tell that you were totally listening to what I just said. Sorry, continue.
I did. Of course I did. Yeah. Like your film teacher loved the Avengers trailer.
It wasn't a film teacher. It was someone in my film class. Doesn't matter.
It's someone in the film class.
Just continue.
Right.
Just continue.
So what I did was that it was like lower expectations. You'll be great. So. Of course, I was very excited for it, but I had to keep my expectations low, even though there could be something happening with it. But no, my expectations exceeded, so I was very happy about everything was going on with the game. The voice acting's great, it's really good that it makes you immersive in the game. And then there's what else? Oh, and the city, where I said it feels alive. And the car design is just great. Like it's so futuristic, like Blade Runner or like Back to the Future car, like DeLorean. And there's so many great stuff about this, like the weapons. Yes, I look into the weapons, and they're great. They feel very different to any other shooting games, but no, this feels a bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? Like you don't need a lot of things to use, and it feels so much like an RPG, like The Witcher. But this is more of an RPG. Like it feels like a lot more similar to what you're playing, and it's first person. So a lot of people thought they wanted it in third person, but no, if you have it in first person, you feel a lot more into it, a bit more immersive, I'll come back to things for you. But what do you think, Tom? Have you watched any gameplay?
I haven't watched any gameplay apart from the first video that you showed me, the demo, and yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it looks great.
Yeah. Oh, and the one I have, it feels a lot better than the demo, which sounds a bit weird. But if you played it in, I think in the higher console like PS5 or Xbox Series X, it feels a lot more better. What I've heard. So.
I mean, yeah, it would do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, and the really cool thing about with the standard edition, you get free stuff. Like you get the free soundtrack, you get free stickers, which I have put on my phone, on the back case. Which my phone's got like a see-through case. And then sticker, which is cool.
That is cool.
And then
I need some stickers for my laptop.
And then you got the map of the game, which is unbelievably massive. And then what else? Steelbook. Yeah, that's it. So, any questions that you want to ask me about Cyberpunk?
No, I think you covered it. What's the soundtrack like?
Oh, the soundtrack is really good. I keep saying really good, but it is really good. Like they have nailed like the ambience, like Night City, and then if you're like driving around in Night City, you can put any radio on. And it's really good. I'm pretty sure there's an art book coming out for it. Sorry?
I'm pretty sure there's an art book coming out for it.
Yes, there is.
And it looks really cool.
There's 2 books, I believe. Yes. Oh, no, 1 book, I think. Like, the World of Cyberpunk and the Art of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I think I've seen the art one, and it looks awesome. Yeah. Like, I really like the Neo, aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic is really good in this one. I keep saying really good, but it's just like the game that I...
Hey, John. Is it really good?
It is really good.
Good.
So yeah, if you have any questions about Cyberpunk 2077, just go in the comments or email us.
Yes, please do. Because the one thing we want is for John to talk about this game more. I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm kidding, of course.
Right. Okay, so that was like the only... and the characters. The characters are really good. Like, you go into different ways of how you interact with characters. Like, are you going to betray or are you going to befriend them? So, yeah, that's it from me.
Cool. Right, yeah. Good. I'm really glad that you liked it. The only thing that I really have to say, because I already touched upon Thrawn Treason, which I played read last week, and I really enjoyed it. But I finally, and I've had this for so long, I finally started reading Batman Nightfall.
Batman Nightfall! You finally reading it?
Yes. And can I just say, it's very, very good. Okay, so the prelude starts with Bane's...
Yes, finally read it. Thank God we can talk about it.
No, well, I've only literally just started, but I've started reading it. And I'm reading the prelude, and the prelude starts with Bane's origin story, taking him through the prison that he's kept in, and then like when he goes to Gotham. And can I just say, that was some of the best, and Bane's my favourite Batman villain, that was some of the best Bane content ever. I really, really enjoyed reading it, and seeing like his whole like transformation. Like I could hear I could hear Tom Hardy's voice from The Dark Knight Rises coming out. Like, there's a bit where like he meets Batman for the first time, and Batman's like, "Who are you?" And is like, "You don't need to know my name, but one day you'll be screaming it." And I was like, "That's so good. That's such good Bane." After that, it wasn't as good because it's building up the story very slowly. So it then
so the one that we bought was the 25th anniversary, which was like the short version.
Yeah. So the bit after the Bane origin, it goes straight into this Black Mask story, which I thought was good because it shows that Batman's getting tired and he's getting and he feels like he's got so much more weight on him and he feels like he can't do it anymore. And I get why they're doing that because they're building up the whole Nightfall story. But it just was a little bit it was a little bit like weird just to have so much Bane, to go from so much Bane to no Bane. But I didn't mind. I'm loving it. I'm listening to the Dark Knight trilogy soundtrack as I listen to it. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, it's great.
Wow. Are you gonna read the first book?
Yeah, I've got the Prelude. I've got Volume 1 and Volume 2. So when I finish the Prelude, I'm reading two issues a night. And then I'll probably have.
I am going to get the big book version of the second and third.
Okay, well they re-released them all with more content, which is some of the ones that we've got. So I'm just gonna get those ones.
Oh yeah, I'll get them individually because it's much easier to. Yeah, I think that's a bit more easy to do something about that.
Yeah, after that it goes to Night Quest, the Crusade, Night Quest, the Search, and then Night's End, then Prodigal, then Troika. So there's a lot, of kind of stuff to
Troika.
talk about.
Yeah, Troika. That's a classical piece, Troika. I think. Yeah.
It does. It does have loads of cool stuff so far, and I'm excited to read more. Expect updates every week. Have you been watching anything else this week?
Yes, so I've started watching a TV show called See.
See? Like, as in, like...
You see something.
Oh, the Jason Momoa one.
Yes.
I know what you mean.
Wow. Okay, so it is good. So what... If you don't know the story, so the story is that the mankind had this virus, okay, and then so those who have survived this virus, they cannot see anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know why they can't see anymore, but
science.
Am I right? Science.
So it's similar to Planet of the Apes, how people can't talk when they survive the virus.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can sign language, but anyway, wow. So the story follows on Jason Momoa, who is the leader of this village. It is like old, newish, like Game of Thrones, but not Game of Thrones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the story. So Jason Momoa is in love with the woman who was pregnant. I don't know why he is in love with someone who was pregnant. It's weird, but so the woman she gives birth, and then the twins. So the twins, they're not older yet, but they're babies, but they can see. So they got they can see, but the rest of the people can't see. They're blind. I'm legally blind, but so they the cool thing is that they go through like what blind people do, like they use sticks to go through like some land or like discovering new things, and also it's really interesting how the actors took some movements from like how blind people go through, like how they cannot see, how they can adapt. So the only way they can send messages is that they got this string thing. So strings. So there's like like if you get a tangle in the string, there's like a little lump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do these lumps in the string, and then that's how they.
You mean knots?
Sorry?
Knots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like knots. Sorry. Sorry, I can't speak today.
Lumps.
So knots, and then they know what they're saying with the knots, and also having the ability to see is a sin, or speaking about it in this world.
Okay.
So there's like heretics who can't. They say, "Oh no, you can't have the ability to see because it's bad." So they're trying to take down. They're trying to kill the twins.
The twins.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm watching it. I haven't rated it yet, so I am going to finish that, and I'll come back soon with that, and then keep up with the live updates. And what else? Clone Wars. It's great. That's all.
I mean, it is great. Oh my god! I just realised this is our longest podcast ever.
I'm so sorry, ladies and gents.
Oh no! I mean, if we'd have talked about the Marvel ones, we'd be pushing 2 hours here. But yeah, so that's it for this week. I just want to say to everyone out there who's listening, thank you so much for your support. Our latest podcast again has become our most viewed podcast ever.
Which is crazy.
So cool.
Unbelievable.
So cool. Thank you so much. We're still not getting any emails, but please email in, comment, like, all of that if you're enjoying it, or subscribe. Next we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. And for those of you who came onto the video expecting us to talk about the Marvel, we're going to be talking about the Marvel stuff after WandaVision next year. We've got plans. Stuff's going to happen. And yeah. Anything else to say?
No.
As if we haven't been talking for 1 hour 45 minutes. Oh yes, of course.
I'm sorry, but the episode is really long. So
it is, yeah. If you want to contact us, we are at OuttimeFilmPod on Twitter and Instagram, and OuttimeFilmPod@gmail.com on Twitter.
If you want to follow us individually, mine is ComedyJohn42.
And I am Tom the Bodman. That's both on Twitter. We're trying to be...
Want some content from us, like scouring through Twitter, find some memes or videos that interest us.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more active on Twitter, on our Twitter account for the pod. So come on by. We tweet and we comment on things quite a lot. So you get little nuggets of stuff that we might not cover on the pod. We cover it on there. And yeah, so next week's Wonder Woman 1984, Mandalorian Chapter 16. If we don't end up doing Wonder Woman 1984, we're sorry, but it is difficult to find cinemas in England that are open right now.
Tom, we'll discuss how we're going to watch it. So.
Yeah, so if we can't do that, we'll discuss something else. We might discuss the original Wonder Woman. We will figure out a way. And without further ado, take what you're given.
Give nothing back. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.